Hello everyone. In this session, I'll be picking up Berger Paint from the list of high potential stock and review them technically to find any short-term trading opportunities. To get started, you have to access the high potential stock selection, and to perform technical analysis, hit the submit button here. And here we are populated with a list of top companies. And from here, I'm picking up this Berger Paint. Once I hit the submit button, it shows me the charts. By looking at this chart, to answer the first question here, how did the stock perform in the recent days? So looking at the stock's performance in the recent days, okay, I see a bit of weakness here. So I definitely choose, a slight negative. Even I can use the term significantly negative because in the recent times, such an impulsive cut and sideways consolidation here. And this is not an usual behavior. So I can even use the term significantly negative to point out here. And the next question is all about looking at the volume. So if I look at the volume after breaking it down, okay, you don't see anything unusually high volumes, because if you look at a volume like this or this or this are definitely very high volumes. But looking at this particular section here, I see usual average volume is what actually happening. Okay, and how would you like to initiate your position? Are you looking at from a bullish perspective, or are you looking at it from a bearish perspective? As I told you that if you're looking at from a high potential list, you need to take a stance at the beginning to have to review them in a closer details. But if you look at the Berger Paint, okay, it for last 2 years, although it was also consolidating like Asian Paints, but this was mostly consolidating on the lower ground. So that shows that Asian Paint is a market leader, and this company is struggling a lot at the bottom. So if at all, if there is any weakness in the in the paint industry, more than Asian Paints, the Berger Paint is expected to face the heat, is what the general fundamental view about it. But looking at it technically, we see in the recent times, especially last 2-3 weeks, where the Asian Paint were able to consolidate, at the lower level, but unfortunately the Berger Paint unable to sustain, witnessed a deep cut, and witnessing a kind of breakout gaps and everything. So all we see is a kind of a bearish flag. So I wish to take it from a bearish trade perspective to review them closely. So the question is, do you see any price pattern formations here? I definitely see a kind of a bearish flag here. Okay, and kindly highlight the bearish flag. So it's time that you can pick up the highlighter and mark the pole. Remember, when you mark a flag, the very first thing is about marking the pole, and the pole has to be steep, and you see how steep the pole is. And the next thing is about the consolidation phase, that this particular area, this is very powerful, provided if the consolidation happens right at the bottom almost every day, breaking that particular lows. Okay, so do you see any of the candlestick patterns here? We don't see any specific candlestick patterns here. Nothing from a bullish, not from a bearish perspective. Almost every day is negative. Probably, you can see that stock anytime breaks below can be a tradable opportunities. But from a candlestick perspective, I don't see anything here. So now they are asking me to apply RSI here. So I can apply RSI here. Okay. So pick up the RSI here. So from RSI perspective, it was beautifully respecting RSI for a while. If you look at this area hitting 70, witnessed a correction here, and on a positive divergence. Okay, now this witnessed a rally here. Okay, and then even at this level, it did witnessed here. So undoubtedly, this area is a healthy consolidation pattern as per RSI indication. Okay, but coming back to now, RSI is again below 30. It's a kind of oversold. But remember, don't take a call about oversold too early, because only when price breaks 30 above, and if it gains a bit of momentum, okay, it's not just about going below 30, having witnessed a below 30 territory, and then if it bouncing back from 30, only then we actually use the term it's kind of oversold. It is otherwise too early to conclude it is oversold. We don't know how long it can go there. So it is very natural that we have to be careful of looking at RSI at this moment. So if someone thinking about taking an oversold indication, then I slightly disagree with you. So from there, I take it as not sure. It is too early for me to say even trending bearish, because let's say if RSI goes above 30 and then again comes back to 30 and goes above 30, and if it keep oscillating at 30, probably I can take a trending bearish. But if I take a bearish as per RSI now, it seems I'm biased. If I'm taking about oversold, it shows that I'm very a contradicting to the, or I'm biased to a contradictory aspect. So I rather say it is not sure, no specific observation from RSI here. And if you really want to pick up anything from the trend lines perspective, okay, now basically it is a horizontal line. Okay, it's just the horizontal line from here. It's been broken out. So this is a very classic support area is taken out here. Okay, and you don't see taking support at upward sloping trend lines, no, and breaking the upward sloping trend lines, no, it's not that, and facing resistance on the channel top, no, it's not breaking the downward channel. Are we breaking any channels here? I don't see there is a scope for breaking the channel at this moment. So I'll hit this particular one. Okay, do you really want to see how to apply the on moving average? Why not? We can just hit the button and try with the moving average as well. Okay, so we have a moving average as usual that I wish to pick up, a 21-day moving average as my default moving average here. And if I really want to push that into a, so on the moving average front, this consolidation phase is being acknowledged, because you see ups and down, the moving average is breaking that particular area. But at now it has witnessed a kind of a sharp cut. So I'll apply the short-term moving averages here. It is true that we are very far away from the moving average, so there is a scope for the mean reversal can happen. Okay, the scope for a mean reversal can happen, but we have to watch how it is actually testing that particular area. So okay, consider this, that it can actually have that scope for a mean reversal can happen. So how are you planning out for this particular trade? Okay, now definitely this is not a stock to trade immediately go for a short. Okay, now I'm not recommending to a short at this moment immediately. Okay, rather what we can do is we can probably wait for let's say we can probably wait for the stock to break this particular bottom. Okay, let's look at this one. We can wait for the stock to break this particular bottom. Once the stock breaks the bottom, the further acceleration on the downside can tend to begin. Okay, or probably when a stock actually recovers nearer to the resistance, and we have to see any weakness from there to look after, because if it goes the one way that the stock can straight take the bottom and it can go down. So that is a straightforward tradable opportunity that we can go for a short. If not, let's say if a stock by any chance recovers here, okay, and then again if it goes down, by which if it start messing up this RSI like this way, okay, then it becomes another tradable opportunity, because we consider the whole stuff has become a kind of consolidation, and then it is actually breaking. So in both the ways that we are looking this stock from a tradable opportunity from the short perspective. But anyway, I have to wait for few more developments to happen, because because the moving average has a mean reversion that is also possible. So we just need to be conscious about that particular area. But just be prepared that anytime when a stock breaks below this level, be prepared to short that particular area. So either of way, you have to be closely need to track this particular company. So I wish to wait for a few more developments to track it, keeping this as my trigger list, which is around 500, to look after the stock very closely. Any gap down below 500 can create a lot of panic selling to happen on this particular company. Okay, so here is how we got this particular stock being published here. So if you want to really look after the poll results, you can definitely look after this. But do remember, if you really want to practice technical analysis, you have to be consistent about it. And you can't be lavish about looking thousands of company charts. So what we do is, one way that we prepare the list of companies for you, and you be consistent on your time. Maybe about quality time, what you spend is maybe half an hour to 1 hour, maybe at weekends or every day evening, and look at this particular stock and just mark your analysis consistently. You see how productive you become in looking at at stock, and probably let's have making money passively as a kind of habit by doing a proper analysis. Thanks for watching this. I hope it finds very useful to you as well. Yeah.